2 Chronicles chapter 30. ويشلح يحزقيه على كل إسرائيل ويهودا وقام يقروت كاتب على إفرايم ومناشة لابوه لبيت يهوه بيروشاليم لعشوت بسح لعشوت بسح ليهوه إله إسرائيل أن Yehizkiyahu sent over all Israel and Yehuda, and also letters he wrote upon over Ephraim and Manasseh to come to the house of Yahweh in Jerusalem to effectuate Passover to Yahweh, the God of Israel. ويوعث هملك وشاريو وكل حقها بيروشاليم لعشوتها بسح بحدثها الثاني. And the king and the princes and all the assembly in Jerusalem counseled together to effectuate the Pesach, the Passover, in the second month. כי לא יכלו לעשותו בעת ההיא, for they were not able to effectuate it in that time. כי הכהנים לא התקדשו למדי והעם לא נאספו לירושלים, for the priests had not sanctified for sufficiency, and the people were not gathered to Jerusalem. ويشر الدبر بعيني هملك وبعيني كل القهال, and the word was upright in the eyes of the king and in the eyes of all the assembly. ويعمدوا دابار لهعبير قول بكل إسرائيل من بهر الشبع وعددان لابوه لعشوت بسح ليهوه إله إسرائيل بيروشاليم. And they established a word to send through a voice in all Yisrael from Beersheba and unto Dan to come to effectuate Passover to Yahweh, the God of Yisrael, in Jerusalem. Ki lo la rob ashu kakatub. For they had not for such numbers effectuated like the thing written. ويلكو هراشيم إجاروت مياد هملك وشاراو بكل إسرائيل ويهودا وكمث هملك لأمور بني إسرائيل ثوفوا إلى يهوه إله أبراهام إسحاق وإسرائيل ويعصب الهبلتا هنشرت لكم مكف ملكي أثور. And the runners went by the letters or with the letters from the hand of the king and his princes into all Israel and Yehuda, and as the commandment of the king, saying, Sons of Israel, return ye to Yahweh, the God of Abraham and Yishak and Yisrael, and let him return to the remnant, to the escapee, the remnant for you from the hand of the kings of Vathur, Assyria. وَهَلَتِهِيُّ كَهَبُوتِكُمْ وكاخكم أترمعلوا بيهوه إله إسرائيل Elohe avotehem. Vayitenem l'shama ka'atrahatem roim. And don't be like your fathers and like your brothers, which were treacherous against Yahweh, the God of their fathers, and they gave them for a desolation like which ye are seeing, just like you are seeing. Ata alatakashu orpekem kahavotekem. Now, don't ye be hardening your necks. Don't ye be stiffening your necks like your fathers. Tanu yad Yahweh. Give a hand to Yahweh. Surrender, that is. Wavohu lemiqdasho. And come to his sanctuary, atarahikadish olam, which he has sanctified for unseen time forever. We'vedu et Yahweh Elohechem, and serve ye Yahweh your God. We are thobamikem haron hapo, and let him turn from you the heat of his anger. Ki bethubekem ala Yahweh achechem uvenechem l'rahmim lifnei shovehem. For in your turning to Yahweh, your brothers and your sons, for mercies before their captors, and to return to this land. In your returning to Yahweh is your brothers and your sons, and for mercies is mercies. It shall be mercy for your brothers and your sons before their captors, and for a returning to this land. Ki hanun warahum Yahweh Elohechem. For merciful, gracious and merciful is Yahweh your God. Veloh yasir panim mikem imatathubu elau. And he shall not turn away faces from you if ye return to him. He shall not turn away his face from you if ye return to him. Face in Hebrew is plural. وَيِهْيُ هَرَاشِيم عُبْرِيم مَعِيرْ لَعِيرْ بَيْرْ إِفْرَيْمَ وَمَنَشَّى وَعَدَ زَبُولُونَ وَيِهْيُ مَشَحِيقِيم عَلَيْهِمْ وَمَلْعِيقِيم بَامْ. And the runners were passing through from city to city in the land of Ephraim and Manasseh and unto Zebulun. And they were laughing upon them, and they were deriding them, mocking among them. Akahanashim mehasherahu Manasseh umizabulun nikna'u wayabohu liYerushalem. But men from Asher and Manasseh and from Zebulun humbled themselves, and they came to Jerusalem. Gama biYehuda hayata yadaha Elohim latet lahem leb ehad. Also in Yehudah was the hand of God to give for them one heart. La'ashot mitawat hamelech v'hasharim b'devar Yahweh. To effectuate the command of the king and the princes by the word of Yahweh. ويهاسفوا يروشاليم عمراب لعشوت اتحق همثوت بحدث hatheni قاهال لرب مهد. And they gathered to Jerusalem until abundance, unto an abundant people. And an abundant people gathered to Jerusalem to effectuate the festival of the unleavens in the second month, an assembly for exceeding greatness. ويقوموا ويسيروا اتهم مذبحوت أثر بيروشالم واتكلهم قطروت هيسيروا ويشليكوا لنحل قدرون. And they arose and they removed the altars which were in Jerusalem and the incense burners, incense altars, they removed and they threw to the brook Kidron. وَيَشْهَدُوا Pesach, and they slaughtered the Passover. بأربع عشر لحدث الثاني, in the 14th day of the second month. وَهَكُّهَنِيم وَهَلَّوِيِّيم نِكْلَمُوا وَيَتَقَدَّسُوا وَيَبِيهُ عُلُوتَ بَيْتِ يَهْوَهْ. And the priests and the Leviim were humbled, were ashamed, were humiliated, and they humbled themselves, and they sanctified, and they sanctified themselves, and they brought ascending offerings to the house of Yahweh. وَيَعْمَدُوا عَلَى عُمُدَامِ, and they stood on their standings, their places. كَمِثْپَاتَ عَمَ كَثُورَةَ مُوشَى إِشَهَا Elohim, according to their judgment, that is the judgment of God, their order, like the law of Moshe, the man of the God. The priests sprinkling the blood, scattering the blood from the hand of the Leviim. Ki rabbat haqqaha la'atar lohitaqaddashu. For there were many in the assembly which they had not sanctified themselves. وَهَلَّوِيِّيمَ عَلَى الشَّهِيدَةِ هَبَّسَاحِيمَ لَكُلَّ لَوْهَ طَاهُرَ لَحَقَّدِيشَ لِيَهْوَهْ. And the Leviim were over the slaughterings of the Passover, the slaughter of the Passovers, the Passover lambs, for all that were not clean, to sanctify to Yahweh. Ki marabita ha'am, for the large part of the people, Rabbat Me'Ephraim u'Menashe Yishshakar u'Zebulun lo hitaharu. For the large part of the people, a greatness from Ephraim and Manasseh and Yishshakar and Zebulun had not sanctified them, had not cleaned themselves. Ki akalu et ha-pesach below hakatub, and yet they ate the Passover, but not as it is written. Ki hitapallel Yehizkiyahu alehem lehamor Yahwahatov yakaper ba'ad. For Yehizkiyahu had prayed, interceded over them, saying, Yahweh, the good Yahweh, let him cover over, round about, through. Kol lebabo hekin lidrosha Elohim Yahweh Elohe habotaiw. Through all who his heart he established to seek God, Yahweh, the God of their fathers. Elohe ketohorat hakodesh, but not according to the cleanness of the sanctuary. وَيَشْمَعَ Yahweh el Yehizkiyahu, and Yahweh listened to Yehizkiyahu. وَيَرْپَهَ et ha'am, and he healed the people. A manifestation of God's listening is that he healed. He is merciful. ויעשו בני ישראל הנמתים בירושלם את החג המסות 7 ימים בשמחה גדולה. And the sons of Yisrael, those found in Jerusalem, effectuated the festival of the unleavened bread 7 days in great joy. Umahallalim liyahwe yom b'yom hallowiyim wahakkohanim b'chalei oz liyahwe. And were praising to Yahweh day in a day, the Levim and the priests by the vessels of strength to Yahweh. ويدبر يحزقيه على لب كل هاللويين همشكيليم شكل طوب ليهوه. And Yehezkiah worded upon the heart of all the Levim, those being wise in good wisdom for Yahweh. ويهكلوا את המועד 7 הימים. And they ate in the appointment 7 days. Medhabbahim dhibaheh shlamim. Sacrificing sacrifices of peace offerings. Wamitawadim liyahweh Elohe avotehem. And giving thanks or confessing to Yahweh, the God of their fathers. ويوعثوا كل حقها لعشوت 7 ياميم أخيرين. And all the assembly held council to effectuate 7 days more after. وَيَعْشُوا 7 يَامِيمَ شِمْحًا. And they effectuated 7 days of joy. כי חזקיהו מלך יהודה הרים לקהל 1,000 פערים ו7 אלפים צאן. והשרים הרימו לקהל פערים 1,000 וצאן 10 אלפים ויתקדשו כהנים לערוב. For Yehezkiah, the king of Yehuda, lifted for the assembly 1,000 bullocks and 7,000 sheep. And the princes, they lifted for the assembly 1,000 bullocks and 10,000 sheep. And priests sanctified themselves for abundance. وَيِشْمَخُ كُلَّ قَهَلَ Yehuda. And all the assembly of Yahweh rejoiced, وَحَكْكُوهَنِيمَ وَحَلَّوِيِّيمَ. And the priests and the Levim, وَكُلَّ حَقَّاهَا لَهَبَّاهِمَ مِي Yisrael. And all the assembly that came, those coming from Yisrael, وَحَجَّرِيمَ هَبَّاهِمَ مِهَرَشْ Yisrael. And the sojourners, those coming from the land of Yisrael, وَحَيْيُوثَبِيمَ بِيَهُودَا. And those dwelling in Yehuda, they all rejoiced. وَتَحْيَ شِمْحَا גדולה بِيَرُושׁَלֵם. And great joy was in Jerusalem. כי מימי שלמה בן דוד מלך ישראל לא הכזאת בירושלם. For from the days of Shlomo, the son of David, the king of Yisrael, there was not like this in Jerusalem. وَيَقُومُ هَكُّوهَنِيمْ هَلَّوِيِّيمْ وَيَبَرَّكُوا et ha'am. And the priests, the Levim, arose, and they blessed the people. وَيِشَّامَ بِقَوْلَامْ. And their voice was heard. وَتَّابُوا تِفِلَّاتَامْ لِمَعَوْنَ قَدْشُوا لَشَّامَايِمْ. And their intercession, their prayer came to the dwelling of His holiness, to the heavens, to the sky.